Okay, so we're live, everybody. Hi there. Welcome to Wednesday's Lunchtime Stamping at Noon with Tina. I am Tina Carini. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Byron, Georgia. So, not a whole lot going on right now. I am going to be doing two super cute projects. Two different sizes of gift boxes for the cards that we made last Wednesday. They're super cute. They make the perfect gift for anybody, for a teacher, for a hostess gift, which is what I'll use mine for, is for a hostess gift or for a special event coming up. So that I have not scheduled yet, but it will be scheduled hopefully soon. And if everything goes right and my schedule works out, you guys know that I'm busy back and forth between taking son where he needs to go, taking care of my dad or helping my dad. I don't really take care of him, but helping him out, taking him to his doctor's appointments and stuff like that, and then a husband. So I got a busy schedule, then trying to run a business at the same time, but it's lots of fun, and I wouldn't trade anything in the world for what God has blessed me with, which is my family. So they come first, and sometimes my business has to be on the back burner, but you guys are still very important to me, and I just keep trucking along and pushing where I can push. So, hey Chris, thanks for joining today. So I don't really have a whole lot of announcements to make either, except to remind you guys about the last chance products. Those are retiring from the January-June mini catalog. They are up to 50% off on a lot of the items that are retiring. So you guys make sure you check it out. I will link it down below or on top. Down below on YouTube and on top on Facebook. So, and I'll also have a few other links to join my newsletter, my monthly newsletters, because that's the best way to stay in the know. And if you miss something on Facebook, it will be in the newsletter. And also that's reminders. I send reminders out about classes and stuff like that. There is no class this month. Next month classes will start back up again, and I'm excited about that. So hopefully you guys will sign up, because it is by RSVP, because my seats are limited. And so RSVP. I will try to have a evening class and a morning class. So my evening classes are on Thursday nights. My morning classes are on Friday mornings. Let's see, what else? Paper Pumpkin. Subscribe to Paper Pumpkin by, what's next month? Next month is July, right? Yes, July. So sign up by July 10th to get that month's subscription. It is a prepaid subscription. That's a tongue twister. And it comes straight to your mailbox every month, and everything that you need to create the projects that are in that box come in that box. So you don't need anything, and it's only $22. Shipping is free, so it's an awesome deal. It's great for beginners, great for avid crafters, when you just need something really quick and easy to make and you don't have a whole lot of time and you just want to whip something up. Or if you're a new crafter, everything comes in there, so it gets your feet wet, and you can decide on whether or not you like paper crafting and card making, which I know that you will. Let's see here. I think that's pretty much it, except for joining Stampin' Up. The starter kit is only $99. Shipping is free on that. You get to choose $125 of product of your choice from any current catalog, plus a free past Paper Pumpkin, plus all the benefits of being a Stampin' Up demonstrator. And you get to save on your hobby, because you get to save at least 20% or more, depending on how much you put into your business. Or you don't have to run a business at all. You can just order for yourself or have friends and family order to kind of help you make that small minimum quota. And that's it. And if you don't like it at all, there's no strings attached. You get to keep everything. You don't have to pay any fees or nothing. So it's a win-win situation, and it's perfect to take it for a test drive. And take a test drive with me. I would really love to have you join my team. Okay, I think that is it. So hopefully more people will jump on here and see the card. I forgot to post yesterday that I was going live today. I did post 20 minutes ago, but sometimes the posts just don't get out there. So hopefully you guys will remember. If not, that's okay. You can watch the recording and make sure that you like, comment, and share that you comment. And because that really does help me out. It helps my business. This is how I help support my family, and it helps me to be able to keep bringing you fantastic ideas and inspiration. So, excuse me. And let's see, what else? Thank you, Chris, for sharing. I know there was something else, and I can't remember what I was saying. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and flip down. When I remember, I'll tell you. Okay, so hopefully I will not hang up on us. Sometimes I do that. Just hope that I do not. I'm trying not to hit any buttons and try to get this going. So you guys, I'm really proud of myself too, because I told you guys a while ago that I was on the keto diet, and actually I prefer to call it a life change, because if I call it a diet, I'll crash. But I have been doing really well. I got off of it for a little while, and I decided that enough was enough, because I put back on the weight that I had lost. So I decided enough's enough. I'm going on it. I'm going to do this. And I've been doing really, really well, and I've lost 21 pounds. So I am stoked about that, except for I'm afraid I might be hitting a small stall. If I am, I'm going to cheat a little on one of my meals. I'll eat more carbs than what I'm supposed to eat, but it'll be okay, because I actually did that. Guess I was a week and a half, 2 weeks into it, and I stalled that quickly. And I said, no way, I cannot be stalling already. And so I had a cheap dinner. I had my General Tso's chicken, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. And wouldn't you know it, that week I lost 6 pounds. Do not ask me how, but I'm grateful for that. And if I need to, if I stalled, so Saturdays are my weigh-ins. If Saturday I still haven't moved, I am going to have a cheat meal. So, let me go ahead and show you these, because I keep forgetting to do this. Thanks, Chris. These are some cards that I received in the mail. I'm really late on showing these, so if you guys are watching this, the recording, thank you so much for watching the recording, and thank you for these cards. These really brighten my day up. I really love to get handmade cards in the mail, and this is from a dear friend of mine who lives in Oregon, and she loves her paper pumpkin. And then this is from a newer friend. She's a decent friend, a good friend actually, from Carol, and she sent this to me as a thank you for one of the prizes that she won. And she told me that she cased this from Dawn Griffith. So what I plan on doing is either sometime between now and Wednesday, or maybe I'll just do it for next Wednesday's live. But I'm going to recreate this card and show you guys how to make it, because it is super, super cute. I won't use the donkey because I don't have it, and it's retired, so you can't get it. But isn't that cute? It's called, I believe, a double slider card. So it's not hard to make at all, but it's super cute and it's different. And so thank you, Carol, for this. And I'm going to show you guys how to make it. All right, so let's put that aside. And then let's see, let's go ahead and start with the easier gift box note card holder. So I have all my measurements here, so hopefully I have everything that I need. So I have a piece of white, so this is thick white cardstock because it's a little sturdier than just regular white cardstock. You can use colored if you'd like. I chose white. So I've got, this is 7.5 by 8 1/4. We're going to bring in our scoring tool. You can use your trimmer if it has a scoring blade on it. But when I'm doing projects like this, I really love to have my scoring tool. So we're going to score this on the 8 1/4 inch side at the top. And we're going to score this at 3 7/8, I think. 1, 2, 3, 3 7/8, 3 7/8, which is an eighth before the 4, right? Yes. So hopefully I'm scoring this the right way. I hope. We'll see. And then we're going to score it at, I'm looking at my measurements here, 4 3/8. So 1, 2, 3/8, which is an eighth before the half. And then we're going to rotate it. So now the 7.5 inch side is at the top, and we're doing 5.5. If I can read my own writing, 5.5. Somehow or another, this doesn't seem right, though. I don't think this is right. 5.5. Right? 5.5. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know if it's right or not. We'll find out. All right. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. Okay. And then we're going to we have 2 tabs. These tabs are 1 1/4 by 2 inches. And this one I already scored. I scored at a 1/2 inch and then 3/4 of an inch. So we'll do the same thing to this one. So we'll score that one at a 1/2 inch and then 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so we've got those. And then I'm pretty sure that's it for the scoring on this one. So I hope I scored this right. I'm pretty sure I did. So now we're going to fold and give these folds a nice crisp because it's a box. So you want it to have a really nice crisp fold. Actually, this isn't really a box. This is more like a folder. Hey, Carol. Oh, well, thank you. And then we're going to fold up on this. Somehow or another, I think that I did do this wrong. I think I was supposed to score it at 5 1/4 and then 5.5, I think. So let's bring in our, that's what happens when you can't read your own writing. It looked like I did 5.5 twice. So we're going to do 4 1/4 and hope this is right, you guys. So bear with me because I've not made this yet. This one I haven't made. So this one, we're kind of winging it. Want to make sure that I fold it the right way. So this goes, yeah. So this is going to go this way, just like that. And we're going to give that a nice crisp fold. Okay, so we could fold this up and then fold it like that, but it's kind of bulky. So what we're going to do, and I want it to be at the first one here. So it's going to be folded up at the first one, not the second score line. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take like this. It's going to go like this. Sorry, guys. Just like this. And we're going to cut it from here to here, just to kind of give it an opening, okay? So actually, let's do it like this. Let's use a ruler because I really want you guys to get this. It's really super easy to make. I'm just making it look a little harder than it should be. This is not a hard one. And I would normally use a pencil so that I can erase my lines, but I don't see my pencil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come from the second score line right here and right here. Where, can you guys see where these 2 score lines, you want to go to the top and to the top. Okay, and then we're going to take this. I'm going to mark an inch. I'm going to roughly mark an inch right here. And you don't have to worry about if it's perfect or not. And then I'm going to do an inch here on this side. From this score line over to an inch. Just like that. Okay, and then this is going to come, you're going to cut this off. Okay, does that make sense? Do I know how much the upcoming holiday mini costs for each? You mean the catalog itself to purchase it? I want to say it's around $3 and something cents. I would have to look that up to see for sure, Carol. I'm not positive. I know it might even be $1 something. Actually, you know what? let me go on here. Oh, never mind, I can't. Shoot, well maybe I can. Let me see. I'm gonna go on here real quick and look. It might be like $1.50. I know it's cheaper than the annual catalog. I wish it's not loading for me. No, let me see. Nope, that's not where I want to go. I'll have to look that up and let you know, because I'm really not sure exactly how much it is. Okay, so now we're just going to hand cut this. I'm just going to eyeball this, but if you're not good at doing that, which I'm not either, so we'll just draw a line. So just take your ruler and draw a line from point to point, just like that. And then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut it. If you don't cut straight or you're worried about how you'll cut it, you can always use your trimmer, but I'm going to be okay to cut this. I don't cut straight, but it's really not going to make that much of a difference. It's not going to be that noticeable. And I'm just going to take it and cut it right to that dot right there. And then I'm going to come to this side. This is the hardest part of this whole folder for your note cards. And just like that. And then you can just cut this off. I'm going to fold these down and then cut that off. Just like that. Okay, and then you toss that. All right, so then that's the inside of your folder, and it looks just like this. So I need to have something black so you guys can see. Maybe if I put a black piece of cardstock under it, so just like that. So you could leave it just like this. You don't really want to glue these sides down because then it takes away from sliding your note cards in and out. I'm sorry, Carol, I just don't know off the top of my head how much they are. But I'm going to put these tabs on there, and this will give like a little something something to kind of hold them from sliding out. So I just folded those on our little score lines. I'm going to burnish them or crease them, however you want to say it. So remember, this is your box and your gift box, so you don't have to do the tabs at all. You can do without them or use them, but I'm going to use them. And then just like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put glue on the small side. You can use tear and tape. Tear and tape would be probably a little quicker and less messy, but I don't have any tearing tape, you guys. I know, I keep forgetting to order it, and so we're just going to use glue. Plus, I'm okay because if I don't get it completely straight, I have a little bit of wiggle room, and I like that. So if I can get my glue to come out, we might be just about empty. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and line that score line right up to, to my card or to the flap, just like so. So where it's even all the way around, and then it's going to come just like that. Okay? And then that's all we do to that. Then we're going to do, well, it's not all. I'll come back. And then this, we're going to do the same thing to this side here. So we're going to put our glue on here. If I can get it to come out. All right. And we're going to do the same thing to this side. So we're just going to line it up to the top and to the fold line. Just like so. Okay? So that when that folds over, it'll be just like that. So just hold that down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put glue on the back side of this, just like that. And you're just going to kind of square this up. Like I said, this is the hardest part of this whole thing. You just want to square it up. You can take your bone folder in there to kind of squish, whoops, I moved it, kind of squish that down in there. Just like so. And then you're going to do the same thing to this side. So on the back side of this, we're going to put some glue, and we're going to do the same thing. Okay? So I want to just make sure that this side is squared up. I'm going to stick my bone folder in there, kind of rub that around a little bit. And I think I can squish that in just a little bit more. Just like that. Okay. There we go. And, okay, so there is our little box that holds our note cards. Now we have to decorate it. So I just chose to do it pretty much the same way that the cards are. So you guys remember the cards from last week? So we did these different ones. So you can decorate it any way that you want to. So I have 4 note cards and 4 envelopes, and they will fit in there perfectly. Depending on how much you embellish them, you can fit probably 6 of each. Okay, so I probably should have done this before I put our pockets in there so that it would lay flat, because it's easier to put this on here when it's laying flat than, it's the wrong one. What did I do? Oh no, I turned it the wrong way. Okay, so there we go. Scared myself for a minute, so now we got to go back over here because the black doesn't show on the black. Okay, so I don't remember what my measurements were for these. I don't even know if I, I want to say that it is 3.5 by 3 1/4, but I am not positive on this. But you guys can make them any way that you want to. You can decorate the front to match your cards any way that you want to. You do not have to do it the way that I did it. This is, you know what, let's just take my measurement. I wrote my measurements down, but I wasn't clear on which was which. Okay, so this is 3.5 inches wide by 3 1/4 inches deep, and that's going to go on top. Now it is reversed from my cards, but it's okay because it's still the same designer series papers. Remember, we made our own designer series paper last week too. So this is a piece that I had left and I didn't want to waste it, so we're going to make it work. So that's how that's going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. And there are all different ways that you can decorate your box. You can put a label on this, which I should have done. But we could have brought in maybe our Stitch So Sweetly dies and cut a label size out and use that. We could, there's all different kinds of things that you can do. But I decided that I was going to keep this one really close to, this could come down a little bit more. Nope. Okay, so really close to the way that the cards are. So how I stamped happy on here, I thought I would do the same thing with that, just to make it easy and simple, but still pretty and matches our card. So I'm using the black Stays On, and we're just going to stamp our happy right across here. You could stamp your happy on a scrap piece of white and fussy cut out the happy. Oh, $2.75. Okay. There we go. We've got our happy. We can put ribbon around this or a bow, and then that would be super cute. That's going to go right on top of that. That would be super cute. Or you could cut your flower out like we did on this one and do your flower there. You could use your die cuts like we did. We used the basic borders. You could die cut one of these out, either designer series paper, so that it would match some of the cards in your note card too. So it really is up to you on how you wanted to decorate it, but I am just going to throw a ribbon on here. So I'm just going to cut a piece long enough to go around the front of the card and tuck in the back. So nothing fancy, keeping it simple. Now the next box that we're doing is a little bit more involved, and I wished I could remember the demonstrator's name that I got the idea from, but she also got it from oh shoot, my mind just went bloop, from Connie Stewart. So we're gonna do that box next. That one's super cute too, and it's really not that hard at all.
It's just a little bit more involved than this one. You could also pop this up to make it a little bit more fancier if you wanted to. You could do anything that you wanted to do to decorate it, but my main focus was just to show you guys how to do this. All of the measurements, and I'll try to do instructions. Not very good at written instructions, but I will try. So you always got the video to watch, right? All right, so then we're going to just tie another little bow, and there you go. You have it. You could also, instead of doing the ribbon across here, we could have put the ribbon underneath here, and we could have put the ribbon all the way around. And if you have the corner punch, the triple corner punch, you could have, before you did your bottom pockets, you could take where you wanted your ribbon to go and punch a hole in there, and then your ribbon would have come through, and then you could have tied a ribbon to close it. But it doesn't really need it, I don't think. But that's something that you could have done. That would have been, what was I doing? Tying a bow. That you could do. So you could do all kinds of different things to really to decorate it the way you want to. Okay, so I'm just going to tie a bow. Try to, anyway. Oh, I forgot to check my sound on my phone. So hopefully it is loud enough for you guys when you're watching the recorded version on YouTube. If it isn't, I'm so sorry. Just turn your volume up as loud as you can turn it. Okay, so let's see here. Give me a few days to get it up. Well, if you're watching on YouTube, my blog will be done. But for you guys that are watching me on here, give me a few days to get it up. I'm hoping I'll have it by tomorrow, but I don't know. Okay, so there we go. So let's put our cards. You can do 2 and 2. 2 cards and 2 envelopes on each side. Or you could do all your envelopes on one side and all your cards on another side. However you want to do it is perfectly fine. And just like so. So there they go. And then it closes just like that. And there you go. A perfect gift for somebody. A birthday gift, a thinking of you. Someone's not feeling well. You can cheer them up with happy. A teacher gift, a hostess gift, any kind of gift. So that's perfect. I love that. I think that that is super cute. And there we go. There is box. Oh, I missed a card. Box number 1. So let's move to box number 2. I need those measurements for my blog. We are going to clear off some space here because we're going to bring in the bigger one. This one, I hope I don't mess up on. Let me show you because I did make this. Okay, so this is it right here. I didn't decorate the front of this one, but I don't need that envelope. But this is it. Is that not really pretty? And of course you can decorate it, label it, stamp it, untie this, and then it opens up. And isn't that pretty? And then your cards are in here, your envelopes, and this holds 4 to 6 cards as well, depending on your embellishments. So I'm going to show you how to make this, and hopefully I will do a good job and you guys will get it. Okay, so got my measurements here. Hopefully I won't get confused on them. Got all my pieces pre-cut. Again, remember this is from the designer series paper that we made ourselves. I've got my black mat. I have 2 sheets of thick white cardstock. Again, you can use any color you'd like. Our pockets are 6.5 by 11. This will make both of our pockets. And then our cover is going to be 6 inches by 10 5/8. Let me take a drink here. I feel a frog coming on. I I really shouldn't be drinking coffee because you guys, I've got a little bit of the shakes because I've not eaten breakfast. And I can't believe that I'm still drinking coffee at 12:30. Okay, so we are going to take our larger piece, our 11 by 6.5. We're going to bring in our scoring tool again with the 11-inch side up at the top. We're going to score this at a half. Oh, please let me score this right. At a half. 5 inches. 6 inches. And 10.5. Okay. Then we're going to turn it to where the smaller, the short, 6.5 inch side. 6.5 inch side is at the top, and we are going to score it at 3 and then 3.5. So we're going to score it at 3 and 3.5. Oh, I hope I did this right. Okay, and then we're going to turn it back this way, but we're going to bring in our trimmer. And we are going to cut this in half. So we're going to cut it at 5.5. Oh, please. Okay. And then that gives us 2 boxes. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to fold and crease on all the fold lines. Again, oops. Just like so, because this is kind of making a little box this time around. And then we're going to cut our little tabs, and then we're going to put them aside. Actually, I may go ahead and put my label, or not my label, but my designer series paper on it, because it's easier. I'm frozen. Uh-oh, refresh your screen, Carol. Okay, so these little tabs right here on this side, this little 1/2 inch score lines piece right here, we're just gonna cut up on those, just like so. And I think that I'm gonna give those just a little tiny bit of a notch, because when I made my boxes in the other one, they kind of overlapped a little bit, and I didn't like that. So, but you don't have to do this. This is just, and I'm shaking. Too much coffee this morning. And I'm behind on my water too now. That's a no-no. Okay, so hopefully, so we're just gonna give it just a little tiny bit of a little notch. Nothing big. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to put, let me bring in my black piece so we can see what I'm doing here. We are going to take this, it's going to come up like this. This piece here is going to go glue to the outside. This is going to come down and glue to the outside as well. The reason why I'm not putting it in the inside is because I don't want anything that's going to catch my cards or my envelopes. So I'm putting it onto the outside. So I'm going to put glue on the inside of these tabs and then glue on the outside of the top tabs. Does that make sense? I hope that it does. So glue on the inside. Glue was running away from me. Okay, I'm not going to fiddle with that. I have a brand new one right here. So let's whip that out. There we go. Ooh, that came out fast. And then some more right here. I am going to glue on the, wait a second, you guys, I told you wrong. Glue on both insides, not on the outsides. Glue on both insides. Okay. Just like that. All right, so I'm going to flip this down. I'm going to try to line this up, and I might have been better not to glue that first. I mean, this piece here, but you do it however it's easiest for you, because this is your box. And the bad thing about glue, the liquid glue, is that you got to hold it a couple of seconds. so that it stays right where you want it to stay in glue. So we're just going to hold that a couple seconds. Do, 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 do. All right, I think that's probably good. Then this is going to fold down and it's going to line right up like so. And then you just kind of rub it and hold that for a couple of seconds too. I'm going to stick my finger on the inside. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing to this side here. So this piece here, I got glue on the outside of that. It's going to go down just like that. And then while we're holding that, we're going to put some glue on this. Oops. And we're going to line that up just like that. Okay. All right, so you know what I did do? No, I did it right. Okay, so I thought maybe, oh no, I didn't. All right, so when you do your box, make sure that you do your sides the same way. So I have one that's coming up this way and one that's going down. You want them both to go down so that you don't have this ugly seam showing when you do it, but I didn't do that. So we're going to do the same thing to this. I'm going to go ahead and cut this before I fold it. And I'm going to just cut my little notches out. Oops, I went a little too far. It's all right. And then we're going to do this side too. Again, cut on those score lines. Just like so. So hopefully this looks easy to you guys. Once you do your first one, it is pretty easy. It's just having your measurements and your score lines, and that's it. All right, so now we're going to do our score lines. So probably should have went ahead and did it beforehand. Probably should have, would have, could have. All right. And then this. And then these. Have I lost you guys, or are you getting this? I hope it's making sense and you're getting it, because it really does make a really cute gift box for your cards to give to somebody. Okay, here we go. And then we've got this one over here. And now it's just put it together. So I am going to go ahead and put glue on the inside of this. I'm only going to do tab and tab at one time with the glue because I'm super messy. Yay! Good. I'm glad you guys are getting it. I'm also going to hold that flush right in there so that we don't have a lopsided box. And then I'm going to put glue on this. And I'm going to fold that down and bring this around just like so. Stick this in there. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so I want to make sure that my box lid things are going to fold down the right way. So this one is going to go like this, and like that, right? Yeah, I believe so. Like so, like so. And then glue here, and then square it up, and just hold that down, rub it. And you can take your bone folder again, like I said, and just kind of burnish the inside of it. I got to remember to talk loud too, because YouTube, for whatever reason, the sound does not carry over as well on YouTube. Okay, so these are our two pockets. That was not hard at all to do. Again, it's just having your measurements and your scoring and just putting it together. All right, so I know one of these is for something. Oh, there we go. Okay, so then this one, all we do is fold and crease on the score lines. This is our cover, just like so, okay? And there is the cover for our boxes. These are going to go in there. Remember, put your seams where it's this part right here. You want that to go down. And then this one here, I've got one going up and one going down, so it's okay. All right, so, and you're going to take them just to the score line, and I didn't bring mine all the way to the bottom. I kind of left a little bit of an edge here, so you can do that too, or you can bring it all the way to the bottom. But you don't want to go over this score line or it won't fold up. Okay, so, but we're going to wait on doing that because I'm going to go ahead and decorate the front. I have my layer here in basic black. This is 5 7/8 by 4 5/8. So remember, you guys, I will have all the measurements over on my blog. I don't know if I'm going to glue this down or not just yet. We have our designer series paper. This is 4 3/8 by 3 1/2, I believe. So that's going to go just like so. And then we have our other designer series paper right here. This is, it doesn't have to be as wide because see it overlaps, but I'm doing it anyway. This is 4 3/8 by 2 1/2, and that is going to go right like so. So I am going to glue these two pieces down, and I'm going to glue them to where they have an even amount of border around them, or at least try to have an even amount of border. So about like that. All right. And then this piece here is going to go here, and I'm okay that it overlaps the top. I'd much rather it overlap than not be long enough. And that is going to do the same thing. I'm going to make sure that I have the same amount of border on the bottom that I do on the top, or pretty close anyway. So I am happy with the way that that looks. All right, so here you can do a couple different things as well. You can take your ribbon and do a bow, stamp your happy. You can stamp your happy down here, which I think what I'm going to do is take the ribbon and go around the top of this. This one I'm going to make just a little bit more fancier. I think I am. So I'm going to put some ribbon, and we're going to tuck that around just like that. Take it around here. I'm going to cut enough to tuck on the other side too. So we'll take a glue dot. You can use regular Scotch tape if you like, but I'm using my glue dots right now. So there we go. So there's our ribbon that's going to go all the way across. Now what we're going to do is take a flower that I had left over from last week. So we're going to put that right here. We're going to take, we have a piece of white. This is where we used, remember we used the Pretty Perennials. This is retiring, you guys, so you want to grab this before it's gone. And then you can purchase it as a bundle and save 10%. This is the Pretty Perennials dies. Remember we used these last week for our cards. And this one cuts out the white, or whatever color you want to do for your card box holder or your cards. We cut out the white, and the large one cuts out the flower, and then we cut out the black, and we cut out leaves. We stamp the leaves and cut them out. Okay, so this is an awesome set. I hope that if you don't have it, that you will shop my store and get it, because it is really awesome. Okay, make such beautiful projects, beautiful cards, happy cards, hence the name. Well, the name is Pretty Perennials, but it's happy, hence the sentiment. There we go. All right, so we're going to just glue that right down to there. I'm going to put this aside because what I want to do is stamp my happy. I'm going to stamp our happy down here. So I'm using black StazOn because I think it just gives a little bit bolder of a black, especially when you're stamping on designer series paper. You really want to see that sentiment. So we are going to just stamp. I'm going to stamp it over more towards the right hand side because of our flower. Hopefully I just stamped that straight. I don't know. All right, there we go. Awesome. I got to give that a second or two to dry. StazOn does take a little bit longer to dry, just a little bit. And then now we're going to come back to our flower. So we're going to use a dimensional. You guys, if you don't use dimensionals yet, I hope that you do because they're awesome. And they really step your cards up a notch or two. Okay, so we're going to put our little leaves just like that. So I am going to just put a little glue on here so that I can move them around a little bit. I'll have a little bit of time with it. So our leaves, we're going to pop up our flower there. We're going to stick our leaves like right there. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. Oops, let me do it in the camera. Just a little bit, doesn't take much at all. Going to stick that right there, and these are going to go right about there, just like so. All right, and then before, let's see, where is my little oil? When you know it, I thought I was going to get through this without losing anything. Here we go. Our little black center for our flower, so we're going to put a little glue on that. And I probably put a little too much, but it's okay. We'll just hold it a couple seconds. So there's our flower, and then we're going to there we go. Take off the backing and place our flower right there. And then we're going to bring in our cover, and that's going to go right on there. So again, you can pop your cover front up too if you want to, or you can just glue it flat down. I am going to glue it flat down. Okay, so we are going to just put that right on there, just like so. Alrighty, I am good with that, just like that. Okay, now if you wanted to add a bow, you most certainly can. You can do whatever you wanted to do with that. There is one thing that I am going to do to this one. I am going to put an embellishment in the center of our flower. I am going to use the new In Colors. I think that they're beautiful, and I think I'm going to use a pink one to go right in the center of that, just like so. So there we go. Oh, so pretty. All right, so we're not done, because now we've got to do these, and I meant to put the panels on these before I glued them together, and I did not. Oh, we still have to do the side binding too, so let me do that right now before I get too ahead of myself on other stuff. So these are strips from the designer series paper. I did have to go and stamp a couple extras, but it's okay. These are cut at, let me find the measurements for the binding. It's 5 7/8 by 7/8. And then the designer series paper is 5 3/4 by 3/4. And those are just going to layer up on top of each other. And then we're going to glue them down on the binding on the outside and the inside. So you'll want to cut 2 of each. Okay, so let's just do that. Try to get that. Oh, that's longer than what it needs to be. I didn't cut it right. We're going to cheat. I am going to stick this up. Come on, come on. Don't do that. I am just going to trim about that much. It's a little more than what I needed off of there, but that's going to work. I didn't cut it right. Let me make sure I cut this one right. Oh, I did. Okay, so this one is going to go right on there. So see, you guys, you can fix it. You right, so this one is gonna go here, just like so. Like so. All right, so then you're gonna put that right in between these two score lines. So that's gonna go there. And that is going to go right in between those two score lines, just like so. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I just think it's so pretty. I love these colors. And you know what? I really think sometimes that the colors that you choose can really make your cards too. Because you can use different colors and the card not look as pretty as other colors might. So, and then that goes on the inside there. Now we're going to glue these boxes down. I'm going to see which way. Okay, this is the one I kind of messed up on. So I think I'm going to do the inside on the bad side on this one. So we're going to put some glue on here. And then I am going to put this right up to that score line, just like that. And then I'm going to slide it around. This is where I like my liquid glue, because I can slide it right where I want it to be. So it is almost to the bottom of my card, my base, my cover, but not quite. Okay, you can put yours flush if you want to, but I chose not to. Now you can take your bone folder and just kind of crease that. But what I found was easiest was taking my an ink pad and just sliding that in there and just holding that down, pressing that down all in there, just like so, so that you get it nice and stuck, for lack of better words, so that it adheres nicely. Okay, there we go. So I'm okay with that. Then we're going to do the same thing to this side, making sure that my flaps where the seam is goes down. And we're going to do that. So, oops, you don't want to do that though. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more right across here. All right, so we're going to do the same thing to this one. We are going to line that up. We're going to line that up with that seam right there and bring it down to where we have the same amount of edge here. And it's even with this one, which it looks like it is. Well, that one's up a little bit higher, so we can bring this down a little bit more. And this one is down further. Maybe this box is slightly higher, slightly larger. All right. Well, thank you. It does help. There was a project a while back ago that using your ink pad or your block helped help you to put the box together so that it was perfectly square too. Sometimes that helps a lot. We're going to do that, and then we're going to slide this over to this side and really push that down to make sure that it is nicely adhered. Okay, so now we got to decorate these panels. So these panels are basic black, and they are, let me look here, they are 4 3/8 by 2 7/8, and you're going to cut 2 of those to go on there just like so. Then we have our DSP. This is the in color DSP, and I chose to use the Fresh Freesia, and these are 4 1/4 by 2 1/4, and they're going to go right on top just like that. Now you can always decorate these more with little flowers that you cut out using your Pretty Perennial dies. You can stamp on them. However you want to do it is perfectly fine, but for today's purpose of the video is just to show you basically how to make these adorable boxes that will make a perfect gift. And then you just put that right there on that, just like so. And then take this one, and I do not want to jinx myself because you guys notice I pretty much glued these down pretty straight and even. I'm pretty doggone proud of myself. Okay, so there we go. You need all the help you can get. Oh, nah. You make beautiful cards. I showed the one, I don't know if you were on there or not, that you sent me. And I am actually going to case that and do it next Wednesday, but I'll probably use the puffins to make it. And then that looks pretty decent to me, so that's going to go right there. So you might want to do this before you put your boxes together. Just make sure you put it on the right side. Because you can, again, we could bring in our ink pad too to kind of help with this. So bring in our ink pad and just kind of hold that, press that down, and do the same thing to this side over here. And there we go. And then let's give this a nice little, there we go. All right, you guys, so now, oh, you know what I forgot to do on this one? Darn it, I meant to show you guys how to put the ribbon on here. So what you would do is you would take you a long enough piece of ribbon that you will want to tuck it. Yeah, instead of cutting one to go all the way across, what you would do is take this long enough, you probably want to tuck it more and tape it down really well and glue it down really well so that it holds. So probably about that much. So you would tuck that much aside underneath, bring it across, and then you have your top. Give you enough room to tie your bow on the top. And then on the bottom side, you would do the same thing. Cut you a piece long enough, tuck it up under here, bring it to make sure that it's going to be even with this one. And then you're going to, I know that's, well, it's not really stuck, but I can't do the other top. Stick it up underneath there. Make sure that that is adhered nice and good so that it doesn't come apart on you. And then you can tie it. That's how you do that. I'm so sorry, you guys. I forgot to do that. Just totally skipped that to show you how to make a really nice tie. But it still stays closed pretty good, so it's okay. So I will take the cards that are in this box here. And again, you can decorate your box any way that you want to. So we have 4 envelopes. You can put 4 envelopes on one side or 6. This will hold the same amount. 4 and 4, or 4 or 6. And then that goes right in there like so. Or you can do 2 and 2 so that it's evenly dispersed. So not all my envelopes were stamped. Just like so. So is that, make sure you put it the right way, just like so. And then it closes nicely, and there is a beautiful gift box to give. This is one without the ribbon, and this is one. See how I did that? I tucked that under. I did it under the designer series paper, but I think it would be better if I had tucked it under the black layer. So tuck you enough under there so that it stays enough to tie. And then same with this side, tuck it like, I'd tuck it halfway under there, and then enough to tie. Then the other way that you could do it would be to take it all the way around your box and then tie. You could do it like that too. But you would want to probably adhere it in certain places so that they wouldn't lose their ribbon when they untied it. Okay, you guys, so there are the boxes that held the beautiful cards that we made. Again, The measurements and everything will be on my blog, the best that I can do for you guys with the directions and all that kind of stuff. So here is our small note card, and here are two larger ones for your A2 cards. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned, that you caught what I was saying, and that you can turn around and go make these yourself to give, because they are going to make an awesome gift for somebody. Like I said, it can make a great hostess gift. It can make a great gift at one of your events. Maybe a surprise gift at one of your classes for someone who brings a friend. It could be a teacher gift. It could be just a gift to give to somebody for anything, a birthday, Christmas, whatever. Cheer you up. I love you. Any idea. So thank you guys so much for watching and sharing my video, because like I said, it does help me. This is how I support my help support my family, and it is also you guys' purchases help me to be able to keep bringing you fantastic videos like this with nice, cool, beautiful inspiration. And oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, so that's enough of my chit-chattering, because I'll drive you crazy. So you guys, again, thank you so much. I love you guys. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Have a rest of a fantastic week. Doodly-doo.